Hey everyone, welcome back to Poplar Preparedness. There is a turkey shortage out there, and December 12th was particularly gruesome. 563,000 turkeys were culled across the United States in just one day. December 12th. This is a stepped rise above basically all the turkeys that have been culled this month. There have been a lot of turkeys that have been culled over the past couple months, but 563,000 turkeys in one day. And that wasn't one farm. That was different farms over a number of states. Let's read them off to you here. Buena Vista, Iowa, 51,200 turkeys. Cherokee, Iowa, Cherokee County, Iowa, 50,000. Ida County, Iowa, 90,000. Sac County, Iowa, 50,000. Wadena County, Minnesota, 298,000. Hanson, South Dakota, 23,900. A lot of turkeys. In addition to that, up through the 11th of December, we were looking at 409,900 turkeys culled. Now, this isn't even counting the amount of turkeys that have died. If a turkey dies from the bird flu, then they don't get counted. This is only turkeys that are put down because they've been exposed, sort of like what they're doing over in China. Anyway, but we have this big issue here in the United States of so many turkeys being culled that it's causing shortages. It's causing issues of turkeys in the United States. In the UK, we're also seeing something very similar. Turkey prices have risen 45% in the UK. And that's because 1.6 million turkeys have been put down in the UK due to bird flu. Friends, this isn't going away. This is a worldwide issue. This testing that they're doing is causing false positive, is causing issues where they're going into farms and they're slaughtering tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of turkeys and other birds. Of course, we've had a lot of issues with laying hens, but for some reason it all seems to be focusing in on turkeys right now. It's almost like they want to make as much pain as possible for the holiday seasons. Singapore, they're also having turkeys in shortage. One butchery that was interviewed, they said that their supply that they're getting from their supplier is now half what is usual. And that's not because they've been cutting their orders, but rather they have the same orders or more orders, but they're having just their supplier isn't come through. So they're scrambling to find suppliers that can deliver them turkeys. So am I saying that we're going to run out of turkeys in the United States in the next little bit? Probably not. There's not enough culling going on to really cause that. But what I am saying is that the prices are going to continue to rise. If farmers are going out and hatching chicks and raising them up, if they're hatching whatever turkeys are before, they're not goslings, right? That's gooses. Anyway, you raise up the birds and then the government swoops in and slaughters the herds. How long before you just stop playing this game? You just we're getting out of this business. It's just not worth it. Because when they come in and slaughter, this is what they do. They come in and they say, you've had birds that test positive, or you send in for a test or whatever, and it comes back positive, and then you get the phone call, and you're told you need to cull all of your chickens or all of your turkeys in the next, I believe it's 24 or 48 hours. If you do so, all of the birds that you cull, you will get reimbursed for. If you don't cull them, we won't reimburse you for them if they die or anything. So the risk is completely on you. And so what they're mostly doing is they're having the workers shut off the vents to the big long houses full of birds, shutting off the vents and sometimes turning on the heaters as well in order to cook all of the turkeys and cook all of the chickens to death. After that, then all the workers have to go into those superheated houses once they air them out, and they have to cart out all of the dead chickens, all of the dead turkeys, and they have to bury them. And of course, they probably have to wear hazmat suits the whole time. And it's a very unpleasant situation. Very, you know, as rewarding as growing your own food can be, and as rewarding as working on a farm can be, when you're killing all those birds and then just throwing them in a pit and burying them, that is not a rewarding experience. And a lot of farmers who have experienced that are just done. They're just done. They don't want to do that anymore. They don't want to have to end up having to do that again. That's not what they signed up for. Even though they may have walked away with money, it's time to just take the money and just walk away from the business. And we're seeing that all over the place. We're seeing a lot of farmers getting out of different kinds of businesses, including especially egg farming, because egg farming is just not, doesn't pay enough. They've been squeezed so hard that farmers are now just saying, you know, you're not paying us enough to care, so we're done. And the problem is, when's this balance going to get restored? When is this going to start pushing new farmers into the business? Because we, for years, had less and less farmers, and less farmers and less farmers. For practically a century, we've had less and less farmers as it became more mechanized, more of an industry. But now there's very few landowners, there's very few farmers who are actually farming the land. And when a family farm is operating, they're often operating many patches of land all over the place. So all this to say, we're not moving in the right direction with food security. We're having less and less food produced, and we're having more and more food destroyed. What is this going to lead to? It's leading to a centralization, a consolidation of the food industries and the food so that it can be controlled. And that's what we're seeing out there. Take back some control by taking back your production of food. Storing up food will at least get you some time in the side, but production of food is really where it's at. Grow your own food. Get your garden going. This is the time of year that you can start planning out your garden. If you haven't started that already, you're a little behind the curve, but there's plenty of time to get on it right now and start working on that so that when first thawing out there happens, you can get out there. But you want to get some manure out there. You want to get some fertilizer out there on the ground soon, and be thinking about what next year is going to look like. All right, folks, if you found this video useful, helpful, you might want to check out this other video from me over here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you later. Steve Poplar out.